Tolu Olorunmoteni, who was with us yesterday, is back with us tonight. And of course, Dumnodi Okonta is also with us on the show. And together we'll take a look at the Globe Premier League and a whole lot of other issues on sports tonight. Guys, I'm happy to have you on the show. Tolu, good to have you back.
It's a pleasure being here once again.
Yeah, and of course, Dumnodi, busy day for you.
Yeah, it's my
Keeping
pleasure.
track of matches all across the different centers. No beating of referees today. Hopefully. Anyway, before I come to this, guys, let me just quickly take a look at some other issues very quickly on sports tonight before we come to dwell on the Globe Premier League. The first thing I want to talk about is our countdown, of course, to the big race that will be taking place in Okpekpe, the Okpekpe road race that we told you about. The first weekend of May, May 3, is when the Okpekpe road race will take center stage in Okpekpe, Edo State. 10-kilometer race, and the AFN have also started camp for the Nigerian athletes that will be taking part at the Okpekpe road race, of course, to ensuring that the prize money at stake doesn't just go out to the visitors. And the governor of Edo State, we told you, is also actively training to also ensure that he gets a share of what the jackpot will be at the race. All right, so we'll continue to update you around all of that as we go on the sports tonight. Let's go to Ilorin Kwara State and talk about the Kwara State Principals Cup. We updated you with that yesterday, and let's just quickly update you once again with the results of matches. Today we had semi-final matches in the Kwara State Principals Cup in Ilorin, and I hope we can get to see that on screen very quickly, starting with the semi-final matches. Before we'll talk about the final. What you are seeing on your screen is the final. Semi-final matches. Results: Government Technical College Ilorin lost 1-2 to Islamia College of Patigi, and then Elerinjare Community Secondary School lost 0-4 to Oba Isin Community Secondary School in the semi-finals. Let's see what the finals will look like. The fixtures for the final: the Kwara State Principals Cup, called the Loopcom Cup. Islamia College, Pategi, will be taking on Oba Isin Community Secondary School, and the final will be tomorrow, 4 p.m. at the Ilorin Township Stadium. If you've not experienced this before, and you are around the stadium tomorrow, Ilorin Township Stadium, please go and experience it. I know what it feels like for you to have the final of the Principals Cup. It's always exciting, particularly for the young ones, for the students, and that's what we want you to experience tomorrow as well in Ilorin. All right, let's come now to the main issue of the night. Dumnodi, what's the story? Globe Premier League, we had an away result, an away win today. It's all looking good. Last week, away win. This week, away win. Away win is becoming a common feature now.
Well, it's becoming a common feature. It's not just away win, some kind of impressive result. Away team going to grab a share of spoils against the host team. It's becoming a common feature in the league. This is just the fourth away win for Sharks. They beat Kaduna United 2-1.
Let's see the results. Let's see the results of matches played. Match day 8 of the Globe Premier League. And that's the first result for you. Kaduna United lost at home 1-2 to Sharks of Port Harcourt. Not good times for Kaduna United. They lost a coach not long ago. They got hammered by the LMC. Not just good time at all for Kaduna. They lost 1-2 to Sharks of Port Harcourt. Enyimba, truly at home, hammered Lobi Stars of Makurdi 3-0. What is going on with Lobi? Fantastic squad of young boys, but they're not getting the result. What's going on?
But let's emphasize that Zachary Baraje was on the bench.
Zachary Baraje is back,
Yeah,
and is back to winning ways.
That is key. You know, the last 2 games he missed, they got a draw against Warri Wolves, and they defeated the opponent in the other game that they played. So, you know, 2 games without him, they got 4 points. You don't want to slip up again because he lost the game against Sarah, but also he was suspended. So he knows that it's business time as usual.
Rangers 2-1 over Abia Warriors. Nasarawa 1-0 over Gombe. Sunshine, penalty goal by Tamen Medrano, the Cameroonian, 1-0 over FC Taraba. Dolphins, Bolaji Sakin, 1-0 over Warri Wolves. In that one, Warri Wolves complaining about missing a lot of chances. Giwa, showing that their victory over Taraba away from home was no fluke, beat Aqua United, front-running Aqua United 1-0. El Kanemi in Kano could only manage a 1-0 win over Crown. And then you had Nimbe and Atlant, the 2 teams yet to taste victory this season in the Globe Premier League, settling for a 1-1 draw. The game, of course, between Kano Pillars and Bayelsa postponed because Bayelsa's opponent, Sewe Sports, came into town, I think, today, and everybody's expecting that Bayelsa will just have enough in the tank to get a 2-0 win, probably take the game to extra time or penalties and win on this weekend in the CAF Confederations Cup. But let's talk about the games now. Tolu, impressive results. I've always said it. I've seen Sharks play a couple of times this season, home and away. They look like a team that can get a continental ticket.
Yes.
Gbenga Ogunbote has done a fantastic job. From the team that struggled, started poorly last season, and finished in the top 10, to a team that is well-oiled this season and wants to fight for everything at stake.
Yeah, it was terrible times when Gbenga Ogunbote took over at Sharks last season. Steve Guavon actually quit the post there before Gbenga came in, and it was not easy.
They were way down.
They needed to just, I thought they would relegate, but they made it out of it, surprisingly. And this season, they've been quite surprising also. They've been able to pick 1 or 2 impressive points, and that vital away win they also got this weekend, of course, over Kaduna United, speaks volume of how their season has been good. They saw that Kaduna United had troubles. They saw the jugular, and they just went straight for the kill, which is best for them. So I think right now that win propels them to the top of the table. Goal difference ahead of Akwa United, who were occupying that top spot.
We'll come to the table later on. But Dumnodi, Warri Wolves Dolphins was a South-South derby. At the end of the day, Dolphins getting back to winning ways. They've struggled for a while, but this should calm frayed nerves, particularly for those who are hunting for the head of Stanley Eguma.
Well, that's expected. When you look at Dolphins recruitment, looking at their playing personnel,
and
the guy that scored the goal,
crew.
I've been sitting on the bench. They do what Dolphins do what they call rotation. They rotate their strikers. They have like close to like 6-7 strikers. They still have Ebube on the bench. There's Bonnie Snacking, the guy from
Ebube was the one that nearly killed Gabriel Lekon.
So
when they kicked him,
they kicked him, and you still have MMO on the bench, Ivan Egwim on the bench, a whole lot of strikers. So
but they are not scoring goals.
They're not scoring goals. So they needed this result to, I think, to show to the management of Sharks that to Dolphins that yes, we are not getting some of this result, not impressive, but let's use what it was to bounce back to reckoning as far as the Nigerian League is gone. For the Rangers, Abia Warriors, the 3 goals are the Rangers touching it. The goal scored by Abia was
scored
by a former Rangers player.
Okay.
Bishop Oyundo. So he had the Rangers touching it there. So I like I said yesterday, it's going to be a tight game, a closing contested game, but it's going to the Enugu side. So for Rangers, Marshall Odal and Meshach Chikwu became, I think, his 2nd goal of the season. Seeing Rangers secure that 2-1 victory over Abia Warriors. So it's looking very good. For Nembe and Atlan, they've not won any game. So at least they easily poised share of the spoils. But looking at the next couple of games, because we have just one game more after Sunday's game. There we now know those who could meet their financial obligations.
Anyway, let's leave that for now. Let's look at what it looks like at the top of the log. Let's see what the table looks like now. We'll just pick out in our usual style. Just pick out the top 4 for you. Because that is where really there is a lot at stake for the top 4 teams, and then we'll also look at the bottom 4 teams. So let's see. I hope we can get that very quickly for you on screen. The top 4 teams of the Globe Premier League season after March Day 8. While we wait for that to come on your screen, yeah, it's there. Sharks of Port Harcourt are on top. The same number of points with Akwa United, but they are on top, as you said, because they've scored more goals. Yeah. They have better goal difference. Not that they scored more goals, they have better goal difference, +5. Akwa 2nd with +4. El Kanemi Warriors have been very impressive as well. They are there, 12 points +3. Giwa, newly promoted Giwa, are really rubbing shoulders with the best. They are 4th on the log, 12 points +1. 2 victories on the bounce. This is what that is what it does to you.
Well, I would like to speak the 3rd place team, El Kanemi Warriors, just to continue from where they left off last.
And they are not playing they are not playing at their registered home. Yeah, they're playing away from home in Kano.
They last lost a league game in the match day 3 against FC Taraba, and since then they've not lost any game. They've won 3 and they drew 1 over that. That has been impressive. That's some impressive stuff from them. So look at Giwa FC also. Shockingly, they lost Abdullahi Bifo, who resigned, and since then they've not lost again.
Maybe it's good to put your coach on suspension sometimes.
Maybe.
Anyway, that's an interesting one. Giwa told the coach to step aside, and the team started winning. Went away, got the points, came home, got the points. Wow, that's an amazing story for Giwa. Anyway, let's look at the bottom, Dumnodi. And this is what it looks like. This is where you don't want your team to be. Nembe have not won any game this season. lost, I think, one game at home, and they've been playing draws, 2 draws.
Roses Atlant. So for Nembe City, but they still have 2 outstanding games.
2 outstanding games.
So
If they can put those ones in the
if
bag,
they can put their house in order,
they
and
could
put
be
those
out
ones-
of relegation
they
water.
could be out of the relegation water, depending on what the other team play. Gombe United on 17th position on 8 points. Kaduna United, you are looking at the result against
Trouble for
Saturday.
Kaduna United.
Still struggling because they're on 18th position. Atlant yet to win any game
This season.
But the Togolese import is doing
He did the
job.
job today. Got the goal for them today.
The game he scored against Kaduna United. Now he scored against Nembe City, still saving them from defeat. So they are on 19th position. The Nembe City sitting rooted. But they have 2 outstanding games. But how those outstanding games will turn out at the end of the day?
Outstanding games are not points in the bag.
They're not points in the bag.
So when you win those outstanding
but
games,
you know,
like you have
it
points in
gives-
the bag.
It's not even guaranteed in Nigeria.
it's not
You
guaranteed.
win it.
It's not guaranteed.
Yeah,
But it
if
gives,
you have away games.
it gives you a sense of urgency
still catch up.
that you can still catch up. That's what it does for you.
All right, so this is what it looks like at the bottom. We hope that these teams will realize that it's not good to be here at all, and will find a way of walking out of dangerous waters and probably find their way to some respectable positions on the log. All right, let's come home and just talk about an issue that we raised on this program yesterday that we think we need to highlight over and over again so that we correct and begin to turn the league around. Once you touch a referee, I mean, we said it on the show yesterday, we can't say it enough. We need to come to the point, and we need to also let the LMC be firm when it comes to this point. Once you touch a referee, the hammer should come on you.
Immediately.
Heavily.
If it is confirmed, and 2, and it must come heavily so that it will serve as a deterrent to other clubs. Not some tap in the wrist, on the wrist kind of punishment that some club will just go and they will say, yeah, after it's 250,000, I will just sign a check, and that's all.
What we want to point out is this case, Bayelsa against El Kanemi. We've said it over and over again. We've highlighted it over and over again. Somebody pushed the referee. I think maybe that scene has gone past. If we had come back a little bit, you will have seen where the referee, before this point, where the referee was pushed down. The LMC told El Kanemi to produce this player in 7 days. What is happening? Once again, we're throwing a challenge to the LMC. Where is the player who pushed down this referee?
Has the player been produced? Who is the player? And 2, you have to investigate whether the player played this game or not. Because when you produce any player, you can bring a player who will be injured.
Who is not part of this?
Who is not part of this
Definitely, that is a brilliant
You have to
point.
investigate.
That's
And
a
you have to,
brilliant
what is needed for you, look at the referee's report. For every match report, you have the team list for the day.
Yes.
The players who played the first 11, those who were on the bench, those who were substituted, who came onto the pitch, then you know that this player was involved in this. So you can't just bring in any player and say this is the player. Unless you want to do some other part, because we know how these pranks will play out. But the LNC must be thorough about this, because once you punish a player like this, you will serve as a deterrent. We've seen that last season. We saw that 2 seasons ago. We saw that when Bola Salami was very notorious at 3SC. We saw what he almost cost his career at the end of the day. So I think that will serve as a deterrent so that referees will be respected. Because when things like this go on, and you don't, because this academic case is more or less going to be a precedent. If LMC does not do anything about it, I can guarantee you that unless something is done, the second round, the most crucial moment, where the complicated issues
do or
like
die,
this.
and we will have referees more on the spotlight. Well, we have to wrap it up on this note and go on a break. Before we go on our break, we'll talk very quickly about the Metro League. But once again, the challenge is for the league management company to stick to the punishment that they talked about. They told El Kanemi, produce the player that pushed down the referee in 7 days. This is almost 10 days. Nothing has been heard about that player. Produce that player and let the hammer fall and serve as a lesson to other players and other officials who may have it at the back of their mind that the easy way to intimidate referee is to push them down or beat them up, or the easy way to get points is to be beating up referees. That has got to stop in the Nigerian Premier League. All right.